Today we are discussing about community pharmacy management and two more topics. When coming to community pharmacy, it is the first point of contact for patients. Community pharmacy is the most accessible healthcare setting where patients receive medicines, counseling, and health advice without prior appointments. It bridges the gap between hospital and the community. Financial management. Financing is required to set up a new community pharmacy in order to maintain the medicines stock and cover the expenses. Purpose of finance is to purchase land, building, machinery and equipment, to purchase raw materials and other materials, to pay salaries, wages and incidental charges, to maintain stock and supply products. Types of finances. Here, fixed capital, working capital. Fixed capital assets are the free from financial obligation or debts invested in permanent assets such as a land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, etc. Working capital required for purchase and for meeting day-to-day expenses such as wages, salary, rent, taxes, etc. It is either fixed or variable. Sources of finance. Own finance and loan finance. Owned finances are generated by owner, partner or shareholders. As long as business run, remains and surplus is returned to the shareholders. Loan finances, the capital is generated from a bank or other financial institutions. Interest is paid periodically at a fixed rate, can be obtained against mortgage or pledge of the property. Material management. Material management is the planning, directing, controlling, coordinating the activities concerned with the material and inventory requirements from the point of their inception to their introduction into the manufacturing process. It includes procurement of material, maintenance of the stock, issuing, handling and transport, disposal of the material. Stocking and coding are important aspects of the material management. Stocking. Functions of the stocking are receiving, handling and speedy issue of material, custodian of goods in store against damage, to establish regular supply of the materials, physical stocking and its checking, efficient utilization of the store space to provide service to the organization in most economic way, proper identification and easy location of items. Stocking of drugs in drugstore. According to the manufacturer, according to the pharmacological action and alphabetical order as per old stock and date of expiry. So here in pharmacies, we are replacing stock in based on the manufacturers, or else you can play according to the pharmacological actions such as anti-diabetics, antihypertensives, like that, different categories. Also, you can place as alphabetical order from A to Z, and also you can place old stocks and near expiry products as well. Coding or codification. Advantages of codifications are it helps to easy identification of the items. It helps in grouping the similar items together. The ambiguity in description of the materials can be avoided. It helps in avoiding duplication of items. It helps in physical counting. It helps in inspection of the materials. The coding helps in maintaining the secrecy of the items. Methods of codification. So here the alphabetical order method will be followed, or letter coding, mnemonic methods, numerical method or sequence system method, combination method or alphanumerical method, and also location coding such as like fixed location, random location and zonal location. Staff management. The process of hiring and developing the required personnel to fill in various positions in the organization. It involves the scientific and systemic procurement, allocation, utilization, conversation, and development of the human resources. So, importance of the staffing is staffing helps to build up a healthy organization in which the job performance and satisfaction of every employee can be high. Staffing injects life into organization by providing right person for every job. The effectiveness of directing and control functions also depends upon staffing. Employees in the organization are the most valuable asset of an organization. The quality of human assets largely determines the success and growth of the organization. Infrastructure requirements. Selection of pharmacy location. The site available must be most suitable, one available in the city. Site of the pharmacy should be at the center of the population to be served to ensure accessibility and convenience. Factors to consider. Population characteristics such as population size, growth rate, occupational trend, income distribution, prescription buying power, etc. So competitive characteristics such as a number of competitors, distribution, location and growth trends. Physician availability such as number and types of physicians such as GPs and some other specialized doctors. Financing such as requirement and source of funding. And premises must be well built, well ventilated, and with sufficient storage capacity for goods material. Neat and clean environment must be provided, easily identified by the public, maintained with SOP, and separate dispensing unit and waiting area must be there. If telephone service and constant supply of electricity will be provided, and drinking water facility, displays of information leaflets or materials, separate counseling areas. Furniture and fixture. Neat, well-placed shelves for storage of medicines protected from moisture, heat and light. Well-furnished counseling areas with a table, chair and cabinet for storage of records. Fourth is equipments such as refrigerator, storage facility, computer and software, counseling room equipped with reference materials, charts, basic instruments like weighing balance, height meter, glucometer, sphygmomanometer, stethoscope and thermometer, etc. And list of equipment reported in Schedule N of Drug and Cosmetic Act. And the next topic we are discussing is about the drug distribution system. Here it includes outpatient and inpatient departments. So here physical transfer of drugs from storage area in the hospital to the patient's bedside. Dispensing and compounding of prescription requires scientific knowledge as well as the skill and art. It involves shipments, inventory control, invoicing, payment and accounts. In hospitals, drugs are obtained from the medical store and are supplied to wards and operation theater, X-ray and other department for treatment of indoor as well as outdoor patients by indent system. Should prepare SOP for distribution of drugs with the hospital. Types of distribution system. It involves prescription order system, complete floor stock system, combination of individual drug orders and floor stock system, unit dose dispensing system, non-floor stock system. Individual prescription order system. Used in small and private hospitals with lesser manpower and economic consideration, it is a type of prescription system where the physician writes the prescription for the individual patient who obtains the drug prescribed from any medical store or hospital dispensary by paying own charges. And advantages are here. All medications orders are directly reviewed by the pharmacist here. Provides the better interaction of the pharmacist, doctor and nurse trade and the patient. It provides clear control of the inventory. And disadvantages are may delay in obtaining required medications and may increase in the cost to the patient. Complete flow stock system. Under this system, the drugs are given to the patient through the nursing station and the pharmacy supplies from the drugstore of a hospital. Drugs on the nursing station or a ward may be divided into charged flow stock drugs and non-charged flow stock drugs. Advantages are the drugs are readily available for administration. Minimum return of the drugs to store, reduced inpatient prescription orders, reduction in number of pharmacy personnels required. So when coming to the disadvantages, it increases in chance of medication errors, increase in drug inventory in wards, increased chances of drug deterioration due to lack of proper storage facilities here and due to unnoticed drug degradation. It increases workload on nurses. Charge flow stock drugs. Medicines which are stocked on the nursing station at all times and charged to the patient's account after they have been administered to them. Patient is charged for every single dose administered to him. Selection of charge flow stock drugs. Here it is decided by the PTC, Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee. Drugs should be always available as immediate use drugs of proven efficacy, necessary to administer to the patients. Examples such as antiallergics, antibiotics, antileptics and antiepileptics and antihypertensives, etc. Non-charge floor stock drugs. Non-charge floor stock drugs are the medicaments that are placed at the nursing station for the use of all patients on the floor. There shall be no direct charge from the patient's account for these drugs. Methods are drug basket method and mobile dispensary unit. Selection of non-charge floor stock drugs. Consideration is given to the cost of the preparation, quantity and frequency of use and effect on hospital budget. Commonly used medications include normal saline solution, dextrose injection, absorbent cotton, antiseptics and disinfectants, etc. Examples are adrenaline, atropine sulfate, tincture belladonna, digoxin, multivitamins, paracetamol, sodium bicarbonate, lidocaine, etc. There are non-chargeable. Combination of individual and floor stock system. This system is followed in the government and also in private hospitals who runs on the basis of no profit and loss, non-profit organizations. Individual prescription or medication system is followed as a major means. Here the requirement of drugs or surgical items are given to the patient who purchase and deposit these items in the hospital wards or rooms under supervision of the registered nurse. Unit dose dispensing. Those medications which are ordered, packaged and handled, administered and charged in multiples of single doses units containing predetermined amount of drugs or supply sufficient for one regular dose application or use. A single unit package is one which contains one complete pharmaceutical dosage forms. Examples are one tablet or capsule. Advantages are patient receives improved services and are charged for only those doses which are administered. Nurses get more time for direct patient care. Medication errors are reduced. It eliminates labeling mistake, wastage of drugs. Disadvantages are it requires more space since packaging material increases the bulk of the dosage forms. It requires increased number of skilled personnel in the pharmacy. The cost of the medication is increased to the patient due to increased handling charges. Here coming to the methods of dispensing unit doses. Here centralized unit dose drug distribution system and decentralized system. When coming to the centralized system, all inpatient drugs are dispensed in unit doses and all the drugs are stored in central area of the pharmacy and dispensed at the time the dose is due to be given to the patient. Drugs are transferred from the pharmacy to the indoor patient by medication cards. And second one, decentralized unit dispensing dose dispensing system. This operates through small satellite pharmacies located on each floor of the hospital. Suppose in multi-store building, so each floor is having a satellite pharmacies. The main pharmacy is for procurement, storage and manufacturing and packing. So in order to get the store drugs and all other things, so they are maintaining main pharmacy for the procurement purpose. Charge non-flow stock system. Semi-automated system to streamline the paperwork involved in charging. It saves time of supplying the non-floor stock drugs from the pharmacy store. And also charge plate system and the envelope system is used to dispense such drugs. When coming to the charge plate system, plastic or metallic card or plate is prepared for the patient's identification. A separate drug form is prepared in a triplicate and 3 and count and submit to the pharmacy accounts and the nursing unit. The envelope system is pharmacist fills a pre-labeled envelope with a specific quantity of specific drugs and given to the nursing unit. Dispensing of drugs to ambulatory patients, outpatient. Patients not occupying beds in the hospital or in clinics, health centers, and other places. Emergency. A person given emergency or accidental care for conditions which requires immediate medication attention, suffering from serious health conditions or illness. So, when coming to the tertiary care, directed to the OPD outpatient department by his attending medical practitioner for specific treatment other than an emergency treatment. Primary care is a majority care used by the patients who are ambulatory, that is, are able to move about freely. Location of outpatient dispensing. It should be located on the ground floor of the building, provided with a proper facility such as seating arrangements and maybe separate or combine inpatient and outpatient unit with a service provided from the same window, or combine inpatient and outpatient unit with service provided from the different window. Dispensing out to outpatient. It is similar to the retail pharmacy store, compounded if necessary, and dispense drugs as per prescription written by physician. Number of the prescription, labeling of container or unit dose forms, record the prescription detail, quantities supplied in registered, maintained for the accounting. Record of narcotics, poisons, and costly drugs should be maintained. Give information regarding the dosage, frequency, mode of using, precautions, side effects, and storage conditions to the patient, and handle emergency patient's prescription, research program, etc. Distribution of controlled drugs. So here schedule X drugs are controlled comes under, and these drugs should be kept under lock and key. A separate register should be maintained to register them. Record regarding the purchase and distribution of the prescribed form by storekeeper, pharmacist, and nurses. And next, the administrative head of the hospital is responsible for the proper safeguarding and handling of the controlled substances within the hospital. Hospital control procedures. So, preparation of orders, responsibility of controlled substances in the order of doctors for administration of controlled drugs, and ordering ward stock control substances from the pharmacy. So, information on the daily controlled drug administration sheets are date, amount given, full name, patient's hospital number, name of the doctor ordering, signature of the nurse administering, frequency and route of administration. And there are some procedures such as telephonic orders, and procedures in case of waste, deterioration, and contamination must be filed properly, and some other miscellaneous procedures are involved. So most commonly abused drugs, abused RX drugs are here. Prescription drugs are pain relievers, opioids, and narcotics. Central nervous system depressants, sedatives and tranquilizers, hypnotics, and barbiturates and benzodiazepines. Stimulants such as used to treat attention deficit disorders, narcolepsy, and weight loss, and dextroamphetamine. And there is novel drug distribution method, so adherence packaging method, automated dispensing cabinet, and robotic drug dispensing. So here adherence packaging method, here the strip with individual doses in individual pouches includes patient's name, medication name and strength, time of administration, and barcode. And next one, automated dispensing cabinet, a computerized drug storage device or cabinet provides a proper storage, inventory control, and security for pharmaceuticals at the point of care. It can be used only by authorized users who are authenticated by a password. And coming to robotic drug dispensing, the dispensing process will be paper free, as the robot will store the prescription as soon as the doctor document is electronically submitted. And next coming topic is the hospital formulary system, hospital formulary. So here, when coming to the introduction, formulary is an official or authorized publication of an approved list of medicines. The hospital formulary is a list of pharmaceutical agents with its important information, which reflects the current clinical views of the medical staff. Hospital formulary is the list of medicines including ancillary information related to the toxicity, unwanted side effects, beneficial effects of some drugs which are considered most useful and safe in patient care by hospital. It is a method whereby the medical staff or a hospital with the help of pharmacy and therapeutic committee Selects and evaluate medical agents and their dosage form, which are considered to be most useful in the patient care. It provides the information for procuring, prescribing, dispensing, and administering of drugs under non-proprietary or proprietary brand names in, in instances where drugs have both names. Primary objectives are information on the drug and information on hospital policies and procedures and special information. So advantages of the hospital formulary here. It provides the practitioner with approved and efficacious medicines to treat disease. It reduces the inventory cost of the drugs and it regulates the number of medicines by improving the procurement and inventory management. It improves quality assurance and easier dispensing. It gives medicines information to resident staff, nurses, and students. And also, it removes the irrational combination of drugs and also improves adverse drug reaction management. And coming to the disadvantages, the physician is deprived of prescribing drugs of his choice. It may lead to purchase of drugs which are inferior in quality in case of no involvement of the pharmacist in the preparation of formulary. Contents of the hospital formulary includes are PTC outline the purpose, organization, function and scope of the hospital formulary system. It should adopt the principle as per the need of the particular hospital. The objectives of the formulary is to control use of the drugs and provide proper and useful information to the prescribers. In accordance with the subjectives, the formulary should consist of three main parts: an information on drugs products, information on hospital policies and procedures, and special information. Information on drug products. This section is a heart of formulary and consists of descriptive entries for each item to facilitate its use. Entries in formulary such as generic name of basic drugs, common name, brand name, dosage form, strength, packaging, dose for various age groups, route of administration, cost. Drug product is listing, indexing by two-way, generic name or brand name, therapeutic or pharmacological index. Information on hospital policies and procedures. Drug usage and restriction on drug use. Description of PTC including member responsibility and hospital regulations regarding prescribing, dispensing, administration of drugs, drug orders, investigational drug policy, rules for medical representatives, emergency drug products, etc. So here pharmacy operation procedures such as services, outpatient prescription, inpatient drug distribution, labeling and packaging etc. comes under. Information on how to use the formulary. And C. Specific information. Useful to hospital staff and should be readily available. It includes hospital approved abbreviations, equivalent doses of similar drugs, and guidelines for calculating pediatric dosages, and list of sugar-free drugs, metric conversion tables, poison control information, and table of drug interactions. Preparation of hospital formulary. So here the principal responsibility of the pharmacy and the therapeutic committee, and next one, the committee is free to make necessary decisions regarding the material to be included in the formulary, and a pharmacist undertaken the production of formulary, that is compiling and printing etc. Visually pleasing, easily readable and professional in appearance. It should include section on prescription writing, governing the use of drugs, diagnostic reagents and normal pathological investigational reagents, pharmaceutical classification, poison and their antidote, etc. It should be distributed to each pharmacist, head of the department and nursing department. Also, it should be placed at each patient care unit. And composition is first is title page, name and title page, title of the members of the PTC, table of the contents, information of the hospital policies and procedures concerning drugs and products accepted for use at the hospital, and appendix. Contents. List of abbreviations, list of drugs used in the formulary, and basic information on each drug, efficacy, safety, profile of drugs, interaction profile, and adverse effects, pharmacokinetic profile, availability of the item, available dosage forms, cost, acceptability to the patient. And also it contains supplementary information on each drug, storage guidelines, labeling information, brand names and prices, patient counseling information. Prescription guidelines includes principles of prescription writing, reporting of ADRs and prevention of ADRs. General drug advice, special situations like pregnancy, breastfeeding, liver or kidney diseases, poisoning information, and antidotes. Miscellaneous information contains children's doses and diagnostic aids. Differentiation of hospital formulary and drug list. Hospital formulary listing includes listing of drugs by their generic names, followed by information on strength, form, posology, toxicology, use, and recommended quantity to be dispensed. Prepared locally by its own clinical staff, information provided is subject to local need and desires. Published in convenient size, addition or deletion of drugs with a greater frequency. Drug list contains generic names followed by the data on strength and form, prepared by country's outstanding clinicians, pharmacologists, and pharmacists, according to their pharmacological properties and based on the size is big. Addition or deletion of drugs with a less frequency. Revision of hospital formulary. The revision of any drug to the formulary is a complex decision. The PTC holds meeting to discuss about revision of formulary and specialized experts are invited. The annual revision is necessary because of the changes in the drug products, removal of the certain drugs from the market and the changes in the hospital policies. All steps prior to the addition and deletion of a drug must be reported to the medical staff. It is done by attaching the supplement sheets at the back of the formulary or by using different colors for the cover of each edition. During revision, cost effectiveness and cost benefit analysis methods are to be used. Next, criteria for the addition or deletion of the drugs. So here the subject drugs must be present in the pharmacopoeia or national formulary. The drugs of established therapeutic efficacy can be added to the formulary. The subject drugs product should receive approval for its clinical value by the locals or specialized physicians. The drug product is to be manufactured by a licensed company with a good record. The preparation of known composition can only be added to the formulary. And references are R.K. Goyal and R.K. Parikh and also Ravi Kumar. So this is the end of the discussion. Thank you all.